Hello and welcome to the Global Fashion Workshop channel. I remind you that we release a new video 3 times a week. Today we are working with the book named 1000 Dresses, and I will make a boho style dress. This is a sample. Our subscribers asked me to make this dress. Our subscribers' letters and comments are encouraging me to make it. Everyone knows that I'm not a big fan of the boho style. But why not try something new? For this particular dress, I found a special fabric. I want to make it wearable and not just keep it in the closet. This will be a dress for wearing. I will wear it, take a walk, and then later we can discuss this dress. It will be interesting for me. Look here. This is a picture of our dress. This book was written in English. The translation for the description is next. This is a loose Maxi tent dress, which becomes wider at the hip line. It has deep side pockets of oversized proportions. It's a translation from English. I put the book away. I will make the pattern based on this picture and this translation. Look here. It's a wide square neckline, but it's not a décolleté. I went about 5 centimeters lower. The shoulders are narrow. I will make this dress without darts. It's clear, but I can't make a dress without darts for myself. That's why the dart will be partly drawn down and placed at the armhole. I think it would be drawn down a little, because there's enough volume here. Well, we'll make a decision during the process. Next. This is the length to the waistline. I used the same length from here to the side. I used this length with a little slight from here. Here I will make it rounded, no sharp angles. Next, I circle my real dress with a dotted line. I also marked the center front, the waistline, and darts with a dotted line. Here is my dress. I will add approximately 8 to 10 centimeters for sewing in a pleat. The pleat comes out here and gives you extra volume. So let's begin. I think we should start with the front. It would be okay to start with the back, but now I am working with the front. This is my base, the front and the back. I will make the armhole deeper and transfer the bust dart to the armhole. Remember, we make the shoulder dart on the back looser in these kinds of dresses. We don't put darts in such wide and loose dresses. I trim the bust dart to the armhole and close it. The bust dart is removed from the shoulder. I do it first because the dart will prevent us from working with the neckline and shoulder.
Разрезаю нагрудную выточку в пройму и закрываю нагрудную выточку, которая выходит из плеча. Сразу это делаю, потому что, смотрите, нам здесь выточка сейчас мешает работать с вырезом и плечом. Но мы это все сейчас вот так вот раз.
I removed the shoulder. Because I raised the shoulder, the bias was ruined. I will remove it. This is what our armhole looks like. It's good. I like it. Let's talk about the depth of the neckline in the front. I propose 5 centimeters. I will draw a right angle to the center. I want to take 5 centimeters, or no, 4.5 centimeters. I took 4.5 centimeters from the shoulder, so I can get an acute angle. I made it rounded a little, but it's still a square neckline.
Ну, там вот вообще острый угол. А я делаю немножко скругленный, чуть-чуть, но это все равно прямоугольный вырез.
Look here.
Теперь смотрите.
The width of the
ширина
shoulder is
плеча
6
у меня
centimeters.
6 сантиметров. 6.
Yes, now I am going to tape this dart on the tracing paper. I'm waiting for this result. I have no dart here. I just made it straight. I removed some millimeters. Do you see? I added them from shoulder to shoulder, which is the best view. There, at the beginning of the shoulder. I trimmed some for the neckline. Here it is. I transferred this point here. This is the end of the shoulder. Don't be surprised. Here is one length that was left. There is another one that was left. We would just have to sew the excess into the dart. So these points should match. This is the end of the shoulder, but we have no dart here. That's why we trim it there. Look here. I can't trim anything until I get to the dart, because the pectoral muscles will fall out from here and it wouldn't be nice. Remember that. This part of the body can fall out from the dress. This is the same place where the pectoral muscles can fall out. Okay, I want to make a rectangular cut on the back too, just a little deeper, like this. The most important thing is that our shoulders should match. The beginning of the shoulder must be placed at the same distance on the base, and these points should match. It's time to trim. Oh, gorgeous. Drafting is not complicated. I repeat that many times. First, you should decide what kind of garment you want to make. Second, think ahead. Don't trim a deep neckline down to the bottom of the dress. It's a joke. And then wear the dress and shout, OMG, why is it so deep? No, I don't like it. I repeat once again, think ahead and avoid such moments. So I pin it at the fold. I've got two different lengths of the fabric. The length of the garment is 1 meter and 45 centimeters from the shoulder. So let's measure it and see how much we can add. Now the most important thing is to draw the waistline well, because I will draft the back further from the edge of our front. I will combine the waistlines and the beginnings of the armhole. These 2 points should match. I'll just trace the other. I don't want to construct this oversized, I just want to trace it, because it's impossible to make the one line twice. Now I'm going to cover this dart a little. Oh, let's define the length. The length of the dress is 1 meter and 45 centimeters. What do we need? I put 1 meter and 45 centimeters on the top of the shoulder, and here I add 82 centimeters. It means that I add 82 centimeters here. OMG, so many calculations. It's 82 centimeters. These are the bottom lines.
Вот так вот. Это у меня линия низа.
Well, if you don't believe yourself, make a right angle. But I can make a right angle by a visual degree.
Поэтому я на глаз вывожу прямой угол.
Yes, 82 centimeters. Check once again. Well, I taught you how to understand and draw lines, and you saw that I have a dotted line on the edge of my dress. I'm drawing a straight line down from here. It's for your understanding. Do it the same way. Your lines should look nice. Oh, this is our dress. This is the waistline. This is the level of the armhole on the back seam.
Вот у нас уровень начала проймы бокового шва. Вот у нас линия талии. Она нам пригодится, вот эти два уровня.
This is the waistline. Keep it. There are two levels. The width by the hips is 32 centimeters. I want to make it wider here, at the same distance, but a little less, about 30 centimeters at the hip line. Well, let's take 28 centimeters, not 30 centimeters. I get a little less at this distance, but it doesn't matter. I'll take a ruler and draw a temporary line. So,
Теперь,
this line should go straight to the widening. I don't like to produce a width which goes from the underarm. Look at the bust level. Here I will do all the same using the base. I don't reach about 5 to 6 centimeters to the waistline. I make it rounded and lead it down. I'll take a marker because it's not clear. This is my line. I'll draw it along the back seam. I don't reach 5 to 6 centimeters to the waistline, so I round it and make a circle like this. I'll make it wider. This and that length are equal. This line goes here. I extended it to there. Look at this line. It's beautiful. I drew it to show where it came from. If you want to make it wider from this point, please do it, but I don't like it. Now, look, I drew a line there, and I want to make it wider, from about 25 to 28 centimeters to the end of the fabric. Someone may like a super boho. Some people prefer a more classic sample. Let's make another dress and we'll understand how it looks on us. I hope we understand how we should take more or less fabric. We should start with something we understand. We'll start with it and see. I draw a line here. It connects those lines. So now I make it round. Now we can make a pocket. How are our pockets arranged? Our pockets are usually placed about 5 centimeters below the waistline. So here we have the waistline. We have pockets there. They will be sewn into the seam. I will make chic and large pockets at 16 centimeters. Look where this line is falling. This is the beginning of the pocket. This line will fall about 5 to 6 centimeters below the waistline.
Будут расположены карманы, которые вошьются в шов. Карманы у нас будут удобные, большие, шикарные, 16 сантиметров. Ну вот эта линия упадет, когда эта линия упадет, вот смотрите, начало кармана.
This is the beginning of the pocket. This is the pocket opening. I draw the line and it comes to the waistline.
В этой детали у нас вот вход в карман. Вот так повели линию. Дошли до линии талии.
Then goes down, so it goes to the working line. I round it and attach a pocket. This is the place of our future pocket. Let's look at the bottom line.
Давайте смотрим на линию низа.
This is our dress. It's matched by dotted lines. Here it is. I'm not afraid of drawing lines. Why should I be afraid of it? The thermal marker is removed by the iron. That's it. This is our dress hemline. I add 10 centimeters here. Here is 30 centimeters. What does it mean? If I make a flat dress, I won't be able to walk in it. The dress should be about half of the 70 centimeters at the bottom. That means 35 centimeters at the bottom. It's made for our walking comfort. I'm going to add fabric to the pleat. We're going to sew it later. Now let's move this line so we can walk comfortably. I won't have to add cuts or slits. That's why we're changing our line.
Потому что то, что я сейчас буду прибавлять на складку, мы его потом будем здесь зашивать. А давайте сейчас вот эту линию сместим настолько, чтобы нам было комфортно ходить. У нас же не будет ни разрезов, ни шлиц, ничего такого. Поэтому давайте эту линию мы сейчас изменим.
I draw a line from the base, and I'll change it a little. The bottom of the dress is 35 centimeters. I'll draw a new line. So it's clear to you where this line is coming from. I'll add 8 centimeters to this line for making a pleat, to that new one. I'm planning to make the dress about 70 centimeters in one half. It's 1 meter and 40 centimeters in summary. It will be looser for wearing. You can change it however you like, but if you cut it and it becomes too narrow, you won't be even able to move a leg.
Ну, чтобы ты точно мог ходить. Зашить мы всегда можем, но если мы скроим, а нам потом будет узко, мы ногой не пошевелим, мы сами себе спасибо-то не скажем. Вот это и точка.
I will add 8 centimeters from this point to the pleat. I found this bottom point. Now I will connect our beautiful round line with this point using a ruler. We can make it more rounded just by using our imagination. Please imagine that you are an artist. We can make it round like this, but I'm using the ruler.
Опаньки. Но мы ее можем и круглой вот так сделать, но я останавливаюсь под линейку.
I'm ready to trim. We told you about the neckline. Let's talk about the dart. We talked about how to make a smooth dart, how to find the first line, how to keep the waistline, how to attach a pocket, how to widen the dress, and how to leave 8 centimeters for the pleat. I used the ruler for this point. The most important thing is to decide how much you want to widen here. So I took the same here. Someone will take more, someone less. Please make it to the end of the fabric. You can always trim it later if you don't like it. Well, I've told the basic principles, and I'm ready to cut.
Ну вот основной принцип до вас я донесла и готова кроить.
I need to make a seam allowance in the middle of the dart, because if you add an extra allowance here, you can trim it later. It would be difficult if you haven't got enough fabric in the dart to put it in the seam. I mean, in the case where you trim it and then put the darts in. I don't like difficulties. No, I see 1 centimeter. I need to do everything accurately. I can compare this dress with a fairy tale. It's fantastic.
Ой, мне кажется, прямо вообще не платье, а сказка.
How long have I been explaining it? Because I'm trying to make a point. Then your task will be to repeat after me or to use your imagination. As I said earlier, just imagine that you are an artist. I pin the back. The fold of the fabric is the center back. We will have no seam in the back. I just take the scissors and trim this top part. You will only trim what I have trimmed earlier. So, Take the piece from the front and fold it from the beginning of the side seam. It should match from this point. In my case, it isn't matching here. I need to match the side seams, so the waistline is matching. I will trim a couple of millimeters from the front here, so that my waistline will still match the waistline. Next, I need to add a fold to the center. Next, I need to add a fold to the fold here. My piece ends here. That's it. Just trim this part that we have. Watch carefully. It's clear that it has a different balance because the back and the front didn't match. The front is higher, but we pay attention only on the side seam. As for the side seam, those details are absolutely the same. We have no darts on the back. On the front, we do have some darts, and they come from the armhole. It's a very long video, so I'm not going to apply these parts where we were going to make a pleat. This is how we'll do it. We'll make some pleats here. I will stitch here and make some pleats there. We zoomed in on the picture from the computer and looked carefully. We found this dress on the internet. Next time I will baste it. This is the side seam. We'll see how it goes. Here's how the piece looks. Look at these pockets. Look at this pleat. We will see it next time. It's time to say goodbye. Click the like button and share our videos on social media and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. All the best from Irina and the rest of our team.